If you have donated and have not received your video, shoot me an email, but also make sure to check your spam folder. Appreciate you. Let's get it. Was integration truly the best thing for Negroes in America? Yes, it is true that separate institutions are inherently unequal. But the idea of equality is a myth in itself. No two people or races on earth are equal.
Tenants of school children of all races in order to bring themselves into compliance with the law of the land.
The murder of Emmett Till was another significant event that caught national attention. Emmett from Chicago was visiting family in Mississippi. While there, a cave Karen, Carolyn Donham, accused him of making some inappropriate remark toward her. Though in the case, she accused him of grabbing her and making a physical advance, after which she told her husband, Roy. He and other men beat, tortured, and mutilated Emmett Till before throwing his body in the Tallahatchie River. They were cleared of any charges for murder after being found not guilty by an all-white jury. Yet not even 2 years later, looking to make a quick buck, the men admitted to the murder in order to sell the story for $4,000. And the testimony of Cave Karen has been completely picked apart by legal pundits, alleging that she fabricated the entire story.
Look at that dirty bitch face. Y'all know that bitch lying.
The main reason that this case got so much attention was because Emmett's mother, Mamie, had an open casket funeral back in Chicago to show the brutality that had been committed to her son. Images of the mutilated teenager were seen all over the national press. Throughout the course of the civil rights movement, the NAACP becomes the predominant organization to represent the quote-unquote black cause. They were heavily involved in the movement to integrate schools, but also in the next milestone event of the civil rights movement, the Montgomery bus boycott. And it was during this boycott when Martin Luther King would rise to the national spotlight. Quote, FBI declassified file. Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. His name at birth was Michael Luther King Jr. In 1935, his first name was changed to Martin. King received an AB degree in 1948 from Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. He then entered Crozer Theological Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania, where he was one of 6 Negroes among 100 students. He won the Plafiker Award as the most outstanding student, was president of the senior class, and received the J. Lewis Crozier Fellowship for graduate study at the university of his choice. King graduated from Crozer Theological Seminary with a Bachelor of Divinity degree in 1951 and did graduate work at Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts, where he secured a PhD degree in 1955. We can see here that King was an ascending student of theology, winning the Crozier Fellowship Award for graduate study at the university of his choice. Did graduate work at the prestigious Boston University in 1955, where he secured a PhD. So he had fast-tracked himself to the top of the theological world, so to speak. Upon graduation, he was offered the pastorate of 2 Baptist churches in the East and teaching posts in 3 colleges. King chose the pastorate at the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. After becoming established in his church, he founded the Montgomery Improvement Association and led local Negroes in the Montgomery bus boycott that attracted national attention. So not only was he fast-tracked, but his fast track led him straight to Montgomery. He graduated with a PhD in 1955. So I just want to make this point, that he secured his PhD in 1955. This is virtually the same year as the Montgomery bus boycott. In March of 1957, he founded the SCLC with himself as president. He still holds that position today. He is also co-pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. So it just so happened when Martin King moved to Montgomery, Alabama, within that very same year, the Montgomery bus boycott, all of this stuff happens. Is that a coincidence? Contrary to what most people think, it wasn't Rosa Parks who first refused to give up her seat to a white woman on a segregated bus. It was a young lady named Claudette Colvin. But even she probably wasn't the first. Her arrest initially led to the boycott. But unfortunately for her, she was the wrong face for the movement.
When we left Atlanta, I gave each of the riders a box of animal crackers and raisins because we didn't expect to be served at our lunch stop.
Bitch, I know you fucking lying. You knew we wasn't about to eat, so you brought raisins and animal crackers? See, this is exactly why you can't involve them motherfuckers with your movement.
Quote, FBI declassified documents. Quote, Bayard Rustin is a former advisor to King and a one-time assistant secretary of the SCLC. Rustin has publicly admitted affiliation with the communist movement in the late 1930s. He was also one of a selected number of observers permitted to attend the Communist Party USA's National Convention in 1957. So the boycott was in 55. Rustin was already a member of the SCLC. At the very same time, he's attending the Communist Party National Convention. King said he had to let Rustin go because of problems arising from his homosexual activities. Rustin has long been so inclined, having been arrested in New York City in 1946 for offering to commit a lewd or indecent act. Rustin was again arrested in Pasadena, California in 1953 for offering to engage in an act of sex perversion of a homosexual nature, which he admitted and for which he was sentenced to serve 60 days. It wasn't just because Rustin was gay, it was because Rustin was bad for business. It's because Rustin was a pervert. We also must understand that these were different times where homosexual acts could actually be prosecuted. Sodomy was a crime. In many states, homosexuality was illegal under sodomy laws. So if a gay man admitted to an homosexual act, he could be arrested for sodomy. So the whole reason for getting rid of Rustin is a lot deeper than just him being homosexual. It's because he had been arrested for perverse homosexual acts, for sex crimes of a homosexual nature. So yes, Rustin was a liability.
The executive director of the March on Washington, the man who organized this whole thing, Mr. Bayard Rustin. Ladies and gentlemen,
I ain't had shit all day. And you gonna give me fucking raisins and animal crackers, bitch? Get this bitch off the bus. Kick this bitch off. Get this bitch off the bus, bro. She was afraid we weren't gonna have anything to eat, so I got animal crackers and raisins. Bitch, I ain't no toddler. Rachel, back of the bus. We about to resegregate this bitch. Nah, we reversing that shit, bro. All these, hey, get the white bitch to the back of the bus, bro. Nah, kick her off the bus, nigga. Nah, bro. Let's reevaluate this whole motherfucking movement, bro. Let's go back to segregation.